This week in the Pentagon. Production of the F-22 Raptor ends this year.
The president has been quite clear that if there is money for the F-22 in the budget that comes to him, he will veto it.
Also, when a child loses a loved one.
This is my dad. Yeah. See it? You see it? He got shot in the artery and bled to death, but he got shot in Jalalabad. They took him to somewhere else.
Coping with the loss after the death of a military family member.
Just being able to see what they've gone through and they keep pushing forward, that's a huge inspiration for me.
Welcome to a special edition of This Week in the Pentagon from Fort Campbell, Kentucky. I'm Army Sergeant John Mann. The all-volunteer force of the U.S. military has more married service members and families than any other time in its history. These unique circumstances create unique needs, especially for children. This week, we'll take a look at just a few of the many programs and services dedicated to the children of service members. At first glance, the camp looks just like the thousands of others that kids attend each summer. Plenty of games,
No, stop! Don't just let go!
a talent show, some fishing,
There's Cameron with my hat.
Here, did you try to?
Have you caught one yet?
Mama always said life is like a box of chocolates.
Yes, you never know what you're gonna get.
What sets this weekend camp out apart from the rest is not the list of activities that the kids get to do. Instead, it's what all of the campers have lost.
This is my dad. Yeah. See it? You see it? Yep. Michael Mickey Slobodnik.
Spencer shows off his button-sized picture of his dad, killed less than a year ago in combat.
He got shot in the artery and bled to death, but he got shot in Jalalabad. They took him to somewhere else in Iraq or Afghanistan. I don't know.
I'm going to ask a couple of questions about Spencer's dad.
Oh, he is.
Well, what was your dad's name?
Michael Mickey Slobodnik.
And were you really close?
Yeah. Duh, he's my dad.
What was your favorite memory of your dad?
Probably when he walked around like with his underwear all the time. Just didn't care about anything.
It's called Good Grief Camp, a program for military children run by the Tragedy Assistance Program for Survivors, or TAPS. Kids are here to grieve and to heal after the loss of a family member.
So I lost my brother in April of 2006.
Chad Weichel has been a camp mentor for years. He says he knows what the kids are experiencing.
I know I get a lot out of it, and we always say we get more out of it than the kids, but I mean it's true. I mean I get so much out of that. Some of the bravest boys and girls I've ever seen are the TAPS boys and girls. I mean they've been through so much.
Which family member of yours died?
My brother,
And what was your brother's name?
Keith.
And when did he die?
1809. Shut up.
Don't ask how.
How did he die?
Suicide bomber. Last one out of a market.
How did your dad die?
IED.
It's a lot more emotional. It really tugs deep at you, because you hear these kids, and some of them lost their parents a year, 2 years ago. Some of them lost them within the past couple of months. Sometimes kids just need to talk, so you got to watch for the signs. And when a kid wants to talk, he'll talk. He'll tell you his whole life story in a minute. He might not tell you it 5 minutes later from that, but you get them at the right time, they'll tell you everything. And it's good, because sometimes releasing that is just what they need, because a lot of kids bottle it up, and it's not healthy when they do that kind of stuff.
Woo!
TAPS's Good Grief Camp would not be possible if it weren't for a group of mentors who come to the camp to work with the children one-on-one. None of them are grief counselors or professional psychologists. They're just normal people, most of them soldiers, who are here to make a difference.
I lost my parents when I was real young, so that's why I really wanted to do this camp, because I can get on a one-to-one level with them. It really tugs deep at you, because you hear these kids, and some of them lost their parents a year, 2 years ago. Some of them lost them within the past couple of months.
Survivors just find a lot of comfort in other survivors. So I lost my brother in April of 2006. I miss my brother every day. You know, I mean, our kids miss their dads and their other loved ones every single day. It's not something that comes and goes. It's just a constant companion, that grief.
What's your shirt up? Is that your dad?
When TAPSIS first started, they basically just worked with the adults, and 2 years after that, they kind of figured that, you know, it was a good idea to start bringing the children in, that they saw a great need for the children as well. We stress to the children that their parents are heroes no matter what happened to them. They served their country and they did it proudly and they volunteered to do so. And no matter what the loss, no matter what the circumstances are of the death, their parent was a hero.
So it's been real neat just to see how what we're doing really does, it works and it affects the kids. Death is so universal. I mean, everybody experiences it. And so to bring comfort to somebody who's experienced that, to let them know that they're not alone, I think everybody has such a great respect for the men and women in our military that they want to do something for those families that have given up so much.
You can do it. Yeah, you can do it.
And I really believe that children's grief camps are the single most effective way to support grieving children. Something about that combination of factors that you can offer within a weekend is somehow so strengthening for a child on their journey. Every single individual's response to loss is different. Kids are incredibly courageous and inspirational.
Campfires, s'mores, sing-alongs, some time at the lake are just a few things that no summer camp would do without. But what the Good Grief Camp also does is that it takes time for the kids to simply stop and reflect back on the loved one that was lost.
Green light! Red light!
During TAPS's Good Grief Camp, there were times for laughter, excitement, and good old-fashioned fun.
Yeah! Right. Straight. Keep going, go. Fast. Go that way. This way? Yeah, that way.
What's your strategy?
Hurry.
Go!
The permission to have fun is a big one. I think that a lot of people think of grief camp as going to be something very depressing, like, are you going to get together and cry all weekend? And one thing I heard from the kids and parents both is these kids know how to grieve. They do it day in and day out. It's really important that we also give them permission to have fun again, to reach out and experience sheer delight and belly laugh with somebody else.
That was awesome! That was two!
But there was also time to slow down, reflect, and simply grieve.
The pieces that are most valuable are connecting with other kids that understand, those opportunities to honor and remember, the opportunities to have fun, the immersion in a natural, relaxing, splendid landscape, and the permission to be yourself in whatever space that is, to laugh if I want to laugh, to cry if I want to cry, to be alone if I want to be alone, to be with others, to speak or not speak, but that just permission to be an authentic self.
Each night ended around a campfire, where a few simple rituals and ceremonies encouraged the children to think about the one they have lost.
When in his Jeep, we went through a huge puddle when my sister was in Girl Scouts, and it just went whoosh all over us. It was a water.
This is in memory of my dad. I liked it when he used to take me on rides on his four-wheeler.
Some wanted to spend that time alone. For others, being alone was the last thing they wanted.
What's in memory? Asked Wilfred Gordon. He was always asking questions. Oh, it's something you remember, said his father. But Wilfred Gordon wanted to know more.
Each child wrote a message to their loved one on a leaf and ceremoniously sent it off.
Every single individual's response to loss is different. So the simplest answer, and the one I think is most important to hold, is each individual that we meet has their own response to loss, and it's really important to honor them.
That's our show this week. We want to thank the Fort Campbell Public Affairs Office and the Fort Campbell Fisher House for their assistance in this program. Please be sure to tune in next week for more of the top stories surrounding the Department of Defense. I'm Army Sergeant John Mann. Thanks for watching. We leave you now with these special photos of military kids.